Hi, my name is Tomas and today I will be explaining the 7 dimensions of wellness. First, let me define wellness. Wellness is defined as an active process through which people become aware of and make choices towards a more successful existence. So, wellness is simple. It can be physical activity, a better social life, controlling one's emotions, and spirituality, a religion, a faith, even improving the way you work at your job. The 7 dimensions of wellness are social, which deals with interaction or interacting with others. It deals with emotion, the way we cope under stress, the way we express ourselves. Physical activity, what we do on a daily basis. Exercise, nutritional health. Spirituality is a belief, a religion. Intellectual, knowledge and the ability to understand what we know. Occupation, it can be a role at your job, hobbies, and skill sets. Environmental, deals with your surroundings and your ability to improve it. Now let's look at social health. Now social health is the ability to develop and maintain intimacy with others and to have respect and tolerance for those with different opinions and beliefs. Now, we live in a society with hundreds, some maybe thousands of different religions. And we have to have or find a way to understand one another and realize that, hey, Johnny don't believe in Jesus Christ. Tom doesn't believe in Buddha. But we have to find a way to live with one another and respect one another's choices. So that's what social wellness is all about, is understanding and respecting others' beliefs. Physical wellness. The physical component of wellness involves the ability to carry out daily tasks. For example, taking out the trash, cleaning the dishes, putting up the groceries, walking to the car, going upstairs, going downstairs. Just what we do on a daily basis. Then, of course, intention, which is exercise. It's muscular fitness, improving cardio activity, which deals with running, jogging, sprinting. And of course, maintaining adequate nutrition and a good fat percentage. So what we eat is very important when it comes to physical activity or physical health. Emotional wellness. Emotional wellness is the ability to control stress. Now, stress is a key factor in our lives today. We have to find a way to cope with stress, even understand what we're going through, and then realize there's a way we can express ourselves without losing the screw or popping off, as some would say. We have to be able to express our emotions appropriately and comfortably. It is the ability to recognize and accept feelings and not be defeated by setbacks and failures. And I would say that this is one thing that I find myself sometimes I will find this part of me to be a weakness at times. And I would say this is a weakness for most people because emotion is a roller coaster. Some days you can control it, some days you can't. And that's, I guess, the way of life. And that's something that every person can find a way to improve on. Spiritual wellness. Spiritual wellness, spirituality, is the life we live inside ourselves versus the life we live outside ourselves through work and play and family. Although spiritual wellness can be obtained through religion, spirituality involves learning how to be more forgiving, grateful, compassionate, to be kinder and less judgmental. Again, we live in a society with hundreds of different religions. And in a lot of different religions, they're very judgmental people. And for some people can't tolerate that. And we have to find out, we have to be less judgmental because honestly, nobody likes to be judged, but most like to judge others. Can't do that. That's not a proper way to live. Then being forgiven. Being forgiven is very good for your health because it can actually help improve your mood and most times forgiving is not just for that person next to you but for yourself. It gives you clarity. Being grateful. Being grateful is so important because once you're grateful, most people appreciate it and are thankful for it. And most people want to interact with you more, which improves your social health. Being compassionate. Being compassionate and being grateful goes hand in hand. When you're compassionate, more people want to be around you. More people want to love you. And sometimes, which it's called charity, when you don't look for something in return. And that's the best way to live. Because in most cases, some people won't sometimes be able to give you back what you give to them. And that's okay. And that's what is all a part of being spiritual health, is being able to understand others and love yourself first and appreciate others. Intellectual wellness involves a commitment to lifelong learning. We nurture our intellectual health when we engage in creative activities, learn new things, and expand our knowledge. So, going to college is a great choice. In college, you get to learn new things, meet new people. All of that is a part of being more intellectual and improving your intellectual wellness. So, as we increase our knowledge, we now have to be able to understand what we know and the information that's given. And not all of that is a part of intellectual. Occupational wellness involves suitability of our work to our interests, skills, values, and the fulfillment we gain from our profession. Also, life roles such as a mother, father, hobbies, or volunteer work. For example, being a pastor. Pastors love their job. They love helping people. They love it. They love improving spiritual wellness for others. And that's an occupation. And some may not get paid for it, but they enjoy it. They volunteer. My job deals with health assessments, health screenings, And also, I'm a medical tech, so I do x-rays, ultrasounds when I'm examining patients before the doctors are able to assess them. I love what I do. I enjoy it so much. And for the last 3 years, I've obtained a lot of different skills, which this is the reason why returning to college is so I can expand and grow in the workforce. Environmental wellness is the ability to promote health measures that improve the standard of living and the quality of life in the community, including laws and agencies that safeguard the physical environment. Now, environmental health, I would say, is the most important part of the 7 components because it affects every last one of them. Because the environment we live in can be a pro or con to our lives. A bad sewage system around the area could affect our health greatly. Or some factories giving off poisonous gas. Environmental health is so important because it can affect you physically, mentally, and sometimes spiritually.